The Bold Ones. Burl Ives. Joseph Campanella. James Farentino. Lawyers defending justice in the nation's courtrooms. Leslie Nielsen. Harry Rhodes, public servants enforcing the laws of a challenging society. E.G. Marshall. John Saxon. David Hartman, doctors expanding the horizons of the new medicine. The Bold Ones.
Go in. Sit down.
Mrs. Carlin, you've been told that anything you say can be held against you, that you don't have to talk to us without an attorney.
Yes, I was told that.
We were also told that you could talk to us without an attorney, that it's up to you.
I want an attorney.
Why, are you guilty?
What?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Especially since I don't happen to believe that you are guilty. You see, there's no doubt in my mind, and I'm sure there's no doubt in your mind as to who the guilty party is. So if you want to talk about it, it's your friend, Mr. Horton, who's in trouble, Mrs. Carlin, not you.
I'm sorry. I want an attorney.
All right, Mrs. Carlin. You can use that phone right there.
You Ralph Horton?
Yes.
Did they inform you of your rights when they picked you up?
Yes. What am I charged with?
You want an attorney.
I don't know. Why am I here?
Your girlfriend's husband was murdered today.
My girlfriend. I don't know who you mean.
Come with me.
Huh? Yeah. Valerie, make a reservation for Mr. Darrell on the first plane to Brockton.
Yes, Mr. Nichols. Which Mr. Darrell? Brian or Neil?
Tell you later. Which one of you birds wants to fly to Brockton?
When?
Now.
I have to be in court tomorrow.
Brockton. Oh. Well, I've got to be in court, too. He'd blow it without me.
Does the name Fritz P. Carlin ring any bells? At 12:40 this afternoon, his new beach house was blown up with dynamite, and he was killed instantly. Jim Fadden called, and they're holding Mrs. Carlin. She's in trouble. She's in love with another man, and the police can prove it. Not to mention that Carlin was 60 years old with a $10 million bank account. Jim recommended us, and she's accepted.
Heads.
Neil.
Now, I don't happen to believe her. I've been a cop for an awful lot of years, Mr. Horton. Too many. And I know in a case like this, where the husband gets killed, the pattern, the probability is that the wife is behind it. Proved out too many times. So you see, you've got nothing but my sympathy. And you've got a chance to square yourself. Because as it stands now, she's putting it all on you.
I didn't believe him, and I don't believe you. I didn't kill him, and I don't believe she did.
All right, then why she got a lawyer coming all the way up here from L.A.? To nail the whole thing to your back. Are you really going to be that stupid? Can't you get it through your head that I'm trying to help you? Your friend, Ralph Horton, is in that other room. Now, he's signed a waiver of attorney. He's making a full statement, putting the burden of the murder on you. Now, I just want you to know that in case you feel like talking to me.
Any luck?
No. And they're guilty as hell. That's what kills me, Joe. They're guilty. And some bleeding heart lawyer's gonna waltz in here and lead them out of here and probably gonna get them off.
Bill, a lawyer can lead them out, but get them off. They got to pass us first. And if they're guilty, I don't think they're going to do it.
Joe, you can give odds on that. I'm Joe.
Lieutenant, this is Mr. Darrell. He's representing Mrs. Carlin.
You're a lawyer?
All right, Lieutenant. Where's my client?
She's in my office.
Mrs. Carlin, I'm Neil Darrell. Have you made any kind of statement?
No, I haven't.
Lieutenant, no complaint has been issued against my client, so you can only hold her for 24 hours. I'll be with her the whole time, so why not just release her now?
She's released.
Lieutenant, before you leave, I want to say something. They're also questioning a man named Ralph Horton. He's a friend of mine. According to the lieutenant, he's made a full confession involving me in the death of my husband.
Was his attorney present when he made the statement?
Are you representing him, too, or are you here policing the city of Brockton for the Supreme Court?
Mr. Darrell is also representing Mr. Horton. Will you? Please.
Well, all right, Lieutenant. I'm his attorney also. I'd like to talk to my clients alone.
Ralph Horton, bring him in.
All right.
I hope it's all right with you. I've engaged Mr. Darrell's firm to represent both of us.
Thank you.
Did they tell you Mrs. Carlin made a confession implicating you?
Yes.
She made no statement of any kind.
I never believed she did. I didn't make one either.
That's what I thought.
All right, Joe, let's start digging. Let's go to work on them right now.
Sergeant, did you interrogate Ralph Horton when he was arrested in connection with the murder of Fritz Carlin?
Yes, sir, I did.
Was Ralph Horton able to establish his whereabouts at the time of the murder?
Objection. Counsel was neither waived by Mr. Horton nor present during the interrogation.
This is a preliminary hearing, Mr. Darrell. I intend to allow both you and Mr. Holt more freedom than I would at a trial. The objection is overruled. You may answer the question.
Mr. Horton was not able to establish his whereabouts at the time in question. He claimed he was driving with Mrs. Carlin out on Ridge Highway.
Sergeant, did you obtain a warrant to search the house of Mr. Ralph Horton?
Yes, sir.
And did you search his house?
Yes. Detective Perkins and I made the search.
Did you find anything that pertains to this case?
Yes, we did.
Where did you find it?
We found it hidden in his garage. Under a pile of stuff. You see, there's some boxes and trunks, old magazines. Well, in a corner of his garage, under all that, is where we found it.
What was it you found?
We found that.
Your Honor, I place in evidence 6 sticks of dynamite, which the earlier witness has established as the kind of dynamite used to blow up Fritz Carlin's beach house. You may cross-examine, Mr. Darrell.
I never had any dynamite anywhere in my life. I've lived in that house about 5 years. I put things in that corner, but there never was any dynamite there.
Mr. Darrell, do you intend to cross-examine?
With the court's permission, I would like to examine that warrant.
Mr. Holt, do you have it with you?
Sergeant, what were you looking for in Mr. Horton's house? Dynamite?
It was just a search. Routine search.
Well, this warrant specifies dynamite as one of the items being searched for.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't see the warrant myself.
I see. That means it was filled out by someone else.
By Lieutenant Anderson.
Mr. Darrell.
Yes?
How did it come out in there? What happened?
Why? Who are you?
It is very important to me and to you for you to answer my question. What happened?
Well, they'll be tried on a charge of first-degree murder. Why? Who are you?
Mr. Darrell, I have no money, but I am going to need help.
Are you referring to this case? Do you have some connection with it?
Yes, sir, I do.
What?
I killed Mr. Carlin.
All right, Mr. Kevorkian, let's start with why you did it.
I worked for Mr. Carlin on one of his road construction jobs. He came there a few days ago. Someone had been smoking. Something very bad where dynamite is used. He accused me of it. I worked for him for 3 years, and I work harder than anybody. You know, I do not loaf. The others loaf. I work. A man pays me, I work. A man buys my time for the hour, I work for the hour. That man accuses me. Then he says to me, you are fired, you smoked. And I say, I do not smoke, that is not me. And he says, you smoked, you are fired. I helped build that beach house. I go and have some wine and think about it and get angry. I go to the job during lunchtime and steal some dynamite. Then I go to the beach house. The house is new. No one is living in it yet. I think the house is empty. I do not know anyone is going to be hurt. The house is something I helped build, and this man did this to me. I want to blow it up. And then I read there was a man in there, that I killed Mr. Carlin.
Are you aware that no one can make you testify against yourself? In spite of that, you want to confess. Is that what you're saying?
Can those people go free any other way?
No other way.
Then I must.
Did you plant some dynamite in Ralph Horton's garage?
What?
Did you hide 6 sticks of dynamite in Ralph Horton's garage?
No.
Lieutenant, the deputy DA is here.
Bring him in.
All right, Mr. Holt, you call this meeting. The floor is yours.
Lieutenant, this is a signed confession. It states facts not released to the papers and not introduced at today's hearing. The exact number of sticks of dynamite used, the exact description of the device, exactly where the charge was placed. Facts known only to us and to the person who committed the felony.
You let Horton sign a confession.
It was signed by a person who only intended to destroy something belonging to Carlin for reasons he felt were justified. A man who knew how to obtain and use dynamite. His name's Kevorkian. He's being booked now. The charges against Ralph Horton and Ann Carlin are being dismissed.
Well, I think that's fine, Mr. Holt, but I don't understand. This meeting with him here, what's the point?
I asked for this meeting, Sergeant. Incriminating evidence was found in an innocent man's garage. A man who wouldn't know one end of a stick of dynamite from the other. Now, someone put it there, and it wasn't Ralph Horton.
You saying I
No,
put...
Sergeant, you found it. I don't think you put it there. I don't think you knew it was there.
All right, brother, out. The meeting's over. Get him out of here.
I brought him here because he was about to file official charges against the department. I hope you two discuss this thing reasonably and get it settled.
There's nothing to settle. Let him file. I hope he does. Now, get him out of here. I said the meeting was over.
What name are you looking for?
William Anderson.
Anderson? Anderson.
Lieutenant William Anderson.
Oh, no. I can tell you for sure about him. He hasn't bought any dynamite here in half a year or more.
But he has bought dynamite this year.
Oh, yes.
Why? What's he do with it?
Maybe I'm getting into something I have no business in. Why don't you ask the lieutenant? I'm sure he won't mind telling you.
I'm sure he won't mind either, but if I ask the lieutenant, then I have to tell him about our conversation. If you tell me, it stops right here.
Yeah. Well, sure don't amount to much. About 3 or 4 years ago, he bought some property out along Foothill Road. A few miles east of here. About 15, 20 acres. Mostly rocks. He's been clearing it when he has a chance to. Plans to live on it when he retires. Wants to raise quarter horses or something. That's it.
doing, Lieutenant, for a change?
Oh, I couldn't keep my mind off work, so I went to the movie. Turned out to be all about mugs like us. Whatever happened to musicals? Okay, I'm here. Give it 5 or 6 minutes, then make the call.
Linoleum clothing? Well, just take a trip to the Great Linoleum Clothing Experiment on Washburn, right next to the Gas Palace. You'll get next to it. Open every night till 2 a.m. Get it? You'll get it at the Great Linoleum Clothing Experiment.
Hey, glad to see you guys going through that mug book. One of these days you're gonna spot one of them out there. Only takes one arrest to make all this time pay off. Well, good night.
Night, Lieutenant.
Well, when they all start looking alike, it's time to quit.
Detective Perkins. All right. Ma'am, give me that address again. And will you give me your name, please? She hung up.
Anything important?
Claims there's a pot party going on at 294 Ashton, Ash Grove Motel.
What motel?
The Ash Grove.
Ash Grove Motel. That's where that punk lawyer is staying. We're gonna get a warrant. I don't want any holes in this one. I know I'm just a dumb cop, but one of these days I gotta ask, why oranges? That's the third time I've seen that.
You don't look good to me, Lieutenant. Can I call Central Emergency?
No, let me take a look at him. You look around. He's not on pot, he's a hype. Look at that.
Lieutenant, found something.
Let me see. Heroin, probably. All right, let's see if we can find the rest.
Lieutenant?
He must have been hooked real bad. He couldn't even wait till he got out of Brockton.
I need a fix. And you tell me where to get one.
You are surely joking.
Oh, I know it's stupid. I'm 6. Try out. You know, you get into town. What are you gonna do? Look, I got the bread. I'm upstairs, right upstairs at the hotel, the Charles Hotel. I'm using the name Brown, Dave Brown. Now, come on, pal, you can help me.
You want a drink? That's what I sell in here, drinks. You don't want a drink? Out. Right now, out.
Flight 19 from Los Angeles has arrived. Arriving passengers may be met at Gate 3. Flight 52 departing for Bakersfield and Fresno is now boarding at Gate 12.
How much bail did you put up?
5,000, which means they found quite a bit of heroin.
What was the charge? Possession?
2 to 10 years. Where's Brian?
He's already here. Got here yesterday.
You gotta be kidding, dearie. Coming up to a strange lady and asking where to get a fix?
So be a doll. I'm new in this town. I need a fix. I can pay
You're not
for
new
it.
in town. You're just new on the Vice Squad.
No, lady. Honest.
Then get lost, dearie, before I call a cop.
Well, you were right. Confiscated heroin is not kept by the police here. It's turned over immediately to the Department of Health. Now, heroin that is kept for evidence is tagged, measured, and guarded like Fort Knox. So, I think we got a chance.
Evening, brother. Your name Dave Brown?
No, my name isn't Dave Brown.
No, it isn't, bless your heart. But you're staying at the Charleses, right? And the name on the register is Brown.
Is it?
My name is Posen. You got some bread.
Have I?
And you need some stuff.
Yeah, that's right, man. And you can help me, huh?
Yes, indeed. You got the bread on you?
Well, you think I'm stupid?
Lordy, no. But when you start talking about purchase, show me some bread.
Yeah, I can do that.
What'd you do that for?
I don't want you running out of this room. Now, don't look so scared. This could be your lucky day. I'm not going to give you $50. I'm going to give you $500.
Get away from that door. I want out of here.
I'm not a cop. I'm paying that $500 to get evidence on one. His name is Anderson.
Anderson?
You know Anderson.
What about him?
A few days ago, he had to get hold of some heroin fast. I want to know where he got it.
Why you want Anderson?
What's the difference?
You know, brother, Anderson's an honest cop. So it ain't gonna be easy. But if I do find out, are you paying cash?
Just give me information I know is solid. $500, cash.
Bless you, brother.
got something?
Could be. Not just what you wanted, but I do think I've got something.
What?
Well, like all good cops, Anderson has got a stoolie. Now, wouldn't it be worth something to you to get to that stoolie?
Yes, it would. Where is he?
I don't know that. I don't even know who he is.
Well, what do you know?
Somebody who does. At least she says she does. Now, if I can get you to her, and she can get you to him, what's it gonna be worth to me?
If she can get me to Anderson's stoolie, the whole bundle, 500.
Bless you, brother.
Now take me to her.
Not now. Tonight, 9 o'clock. The liquor store, you see? Then I'm gonna take you to where she's just gonna happen to be.
In an empty house?
Brother, all empty houses ain't all that empty. There's a party going on.
In there?
Believe it. And you're invited. You walk right in and ask for Millie.
Very funny. Now, how do I know what you've got set up for me in there?
Brother, all I'm setting up is an introduction. Look, you want to take a chance with me? Okay, give me a love offering of $50 and forget it. Work out a separate deal with her. $5?
Bread man.
That depends.
Yeah? What I gotta do for it?
Well, don't you know? You're going to get me to Anderson's stoolie.
For how much?
500. But first, you got to prove that you're not putting me on.
I can prove it. There's this man I know. His name's Freddie. He meets Anderson once a week. Always the same place. I can tell you where. Only I want 1,000, not 500.
There's a little bar downstairs in the Charles Hotel. Now, if what you tell me is straight, I'll meet you there the next day and hand you not 1,000, 500.
Why not half now, half later?
Here's 100. We got a deal?
You're gonna know Sunday morning that I didn't lie to you. You meet me at that bar Monday. At exactly noon, okay?
Okay. Now, what's the story?
Oh, Freddie meets Anderson every Sunday morning at this boat repair yard at the end of Seymour Street. Freddie waits there, in a loft.
What time?
Time.
What time does he meet Anderson? 7, 10, what time?
And he just goes there and he waits. Sometimes Anderson doesn't even show up. Freddie's got to be there every Sunday morning.
Okay, Millie. Thanks.
See you Monday.
Well?
He went for it.
Settle down, you're not hurting, you won't be. Want to do business with you, but your friend Anderson. Now, it's worth a lot to me to find out where he bought some heroin a few days ago. Hey, you're the man that could tell me. He bought it through you, didn't he?
You want to talk business? Then you let me up. Now, what do you want?
I really bit, didn't I, Freddie? I walked right into it.
Who are you? What do you want?
Your buddy back there is out cold. And you and I are out here all alone together. You're gonna level with me now, or I may just kill you.
I don't
Shut
know
up
what
and listen. Anderson gave you nickels and dimes. Now it's worth real money to me to prove that Anderson bought that heroin. You give me real solid evidence that I can bring into a court to prove how and where Anderson got that heroin. I'll give you 5 times $500.
If you laid that kind of money on me and gave me a way to get out of here along with it, baby, I would give you the whole story. But not if you're talking about courtrooms and witness chairs. Yeah, Anderson bought the heroin. I bought it for him and I delivered it to him. But how does that help you if I don't testify? And man, I can't do that.
Look, I'm a lawyer.
Anderson has got a lot of friends. I'd never get a chance to spend the dough.
You've got no choice, Freddie. You go my way, or before tomorrow, everyone in this town's gonna know you're a stoolie and you're gonna have to run anyway. You go my way, and you go with plenty of cash and a lot of help. All right, I better go back and check on your friend Anderson. There's a bar downstairs in the Charles Hotel. I'll meet you there later. And if you're not there, Freddie, better because you left town, which would be a pretty stupid thing to do now, wouldn't it?
How serious is it?
Just a minor concussion.
A telephone call for Mr. Walter Nichols. Please come to the information desk opposite gate 6 and pick up your white courtesy telephone. Mr. Walter Nichols.
Mr. Darrell. Hey, Joe.
I'm afraid I'd get here too late.
You almost did. You remember my brother Brian Darrell?
Of course.
Sergeant?
Holt showed me what they've got on Anderson. And I figured that somebody from the Brockton Police Department owes you an apology.
No reason for you to apologize. But thanks.
Well, actually, I wanted to say something about Anderson. I'm not making any excuses. What he did was not excusable, but he's been letting things get to him too much. You know, like when we're stopped by technicalities and things like that. And he's been working hard, too hard. I don't think people, you included, know how damned hard a police officer's job is.
Your job's supposed to be hard, Sergeant. A policeman's job is only easy in a police state. I'm sorry, Joe, but I just get a little uptight when I hear that word technicality. Constitutional rights aren't technicalities.
Final call for Flight 28, departing for Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Dallas.
Anybody ever tell you you'd make a good lawyer?
Thanks for coming down.
Goodbye.
Good luck.
Nice to see you.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Flight 22, please board immediately. Flight 22 ready for departure.
That's us, Walt. Let's go.
Can you fellas go along? I'll be taking a later plane.
Why?
Well, I have to talk to a client.
Who?
A Lieutenant William Anderson.
Oh, Walt, you're putting us on.
You think so?
You've got to be.
Why? How many times have you told me that any man, guilty or innocent, deserves the best possible defense? And when a man hires me, he's got it, the best possible defense.
Always has the right word to say. Good luck.